My name is X-Chocobars.
Good to hear. Let's hope your execution matches your enthusiasm. I've got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
And greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk Star Citizen and members of the community. I'm your host, fastcart FC. Today is February 1st, 2024. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Everybody's doing well. Yeah, we made it through the first month of 2024. We can officially stop saying Happy New Year now. I hope everyone's doing well. How's everybody doing in chat? Yeah, this is where we talk Star Citizen with members of the community. You could get to come in through Discord and chat with us. You hop into the chat queue or the chat queue, and I'll just drag it down. We talk with it about the different topics that we have, and we have quite the show today. We have our first episode of ISC for 2024. Yay! We'll get to that at the end of the show. But first, let's catch up on what I've been up to. I've already said that, so yeah. Oh, you can see my name below. It says Kaiju Bait. We finished Monarch, the Legacy of Monsters show on Apple TV Plus, and it's very good. I recommend it. I do recommend you watch the movies first before you get to the show, because there's a lot of references in the TV show that comes from the movie rather than the other way. So yeah, I recommend watching the movies first, then watching the TV show. But if you don't want to watch all of them, at least watch the first Godzilla from 2024. That's the first one from the current timeline, and then watch King Kong Skull Island from 2017. And that should be okay. But if you want to get deeper in it, watch the King Kong Godzilla vs. Kong, and watch the I'm forgetting the 2017 one. No, the 2019 one. The one with it. Well, I can't say the name of it. But yeah, there's two after King Kong or Skull Island. So then you'll be up. Then you'll be up to date. Then you can watch Monarch and enjoy the show. It's a great show. So I try to be on time today. I tried so hard to be on time. I got not one but two watches. You can see. So I hope I succeeded. Yes, I ordered a new smartwatch to replace this one. This one is 4 years old this year. I got the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, not the classic, but just the normal 6. And yes, I can't give you a review on it because first of all, it's on a long arm. I'm waiting for the watch band to arrive from Amazon tomorrow, and then maybe next week I can give you a review of what I thought about it, what I think about it. But yeah. Also, finally, I'm up to 69 days on my reading streak. That's 11 weeks and 69 days. Go ahead and say it. I'll wait. Thanks. I also got a discount on Cyberpunk, but it's harder to play than I hope. I was hoping that 2.0 would be easier for me to play. Thank you, Deja Hobo. I appreciate you. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get back to it, but I put it on easy mode, and I'll just try to slog through it if I can. So yeah, that's it for me. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to do my thing. You know, if you haven't been here before, this is where I do a monologue from a movie or TV show and try to guess what that movie or TV show was from. I'll give you a hint this time. It's from 2005, so it's within 20 years. But it may be difficult for people to recognize this one, but here we go. Who are you? And wrong answer. My granddaughter is the owner of this house. You ain't got no power and no deed. Who that is? She do nails? I need to get my nails did. I ain't scared of no popo. Call the popo. Call the popo. Can anyone guess where that's from? I don't call Galactica. No, that's not it. I'm going to drag people down. People can guess where that's from. 2005, that's my end. 2005. So we're drawn by Face to Face and Pop in Face. Any idea where my monologue was from today?
I think I know I don't know exactly what movie's from, but it sounds like Medea.
It is Medea, 2005. That is your what movie that was had her in 2005?
I haven't really watched all of the Medea movies. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I know there's Medea Goes to Prison, Medea's Halloween
well, here's
thing.
The hint. It's the first Medea movie.
Medea goes to the laundromat.
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure it out. Like,
no, that's a sequel, Pop. That's in the future. We haven't gotten that one yet.
I don't even know.
It's the first Medea movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And that is this week, great moments in Black history.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, got you. I get you. All right.
Okay. All right. Medea trivia. Okay.
All right, so let's get started with this. I hope everybody's doing well. But yes, we're going to start with a sneak peek. I have it on screen, so people should see it in Discord. And the subtitle is Ready to Transport. This came out last week in the weekly newsletter. Ready to Transport. What do people think?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I missed this one.
Oh, by the way, if anyone want to come in and chat with us, we're welcome to join. We got three people including me, so a few more people would be nice. But yeah, I put the link in chat, so come in and join and talk with us about what's going on. So yeah, this is the sneak peek. Yeah, so what do you got to think, Pops?
I mean, with the mask on, the outfit makes me. It's like the helmets are, like. The guys you see that work in the tunnels. So I would assume it's somewhere underground.
Yeah, I believe this is the underground facility.
Yeah. Hard hat is what I'm thinking of. Wow, the gas.
But those costumes are new though. I don't recognize those costumes.
Yeah, I don't. And
is that something you think you would want to wear?
If I'm in that environment, I believe I would need to because they're wearing it, and safety first.
Looks like they're in like some type of refinery facility.
Could be.
I mean, they got those that trolley though, and I'm pretty sure we definitely saw that trolley in the underground facility. Not the sneak peek, but the ISG.
Do you think it's on tracks or it's free?
I think it's free. I think it's free.
It's free. Okay.
Yeah.
free floating.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it's floating, but it definitely, yeah. We saw that in that ISC that time.
Right, right.
Now the thing in the front, FC and
The
some,
headlight?
is that exactly that grid? Is that
Mm-hmm.
is that a headlight?
Yeah, it's a
It
headlight.
looks like
It's
it.
a
Looks
headlight,
like it.
kind of
Looks
a
like
in
it.
a grid, kind of a.
I don't see
All
any
right.
other function for it.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know
Maybe.
why
yeah,
it's grid. Maybe it's
Well,
cheaper to work that way. I don't know.
mm,
Yeah, but
well,
it's pretty
doesn't
sure it's
need
a
to be in a
headlight.
grid, but I mean, I get it. I get it to kind of symbolize,
Oh,
like,
it's a
well, I
grid to
mean, in a
protect the
lot of
light.
ways,
It's a grid to protect the light.
right. It kind of gives you,
oh, okay,
but
okay,
it's
okay.
kind of flat though. Like you don't really notice that it's a grid. It's like you not say a grid, a grill,
Well, yeah.
right?
Right.
Because you don't really
Zombie, I was
notice that it's a
thinking, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah.
I was just talking to Zombie.
No, it just kind of seems
Mhm.
like it's more of like you know the grid there is just it's not necessarily a grill, but it's just
Yeah.
Uh,
My thing was I was kind of hoping it was some kind of a sensory thing, maybe, not just a light. Maybe it detects something because it's in that type of a grid, but if it's just a protection thing, okay, I get it. And yet,
yeah.
zombie pig is right. It made me think of a train.
Okay.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Okay.
I clicked on the side because I wanted to see what it says. It says CTU Mark II. I'm guessing
ETU.
U means utility. A transport,
Mm,
T for T. Compact transport
mm,
okay.
utilities, Mark II.
And what was the Mark
mm.
One? It brings that question to my
Something that
mind.
was obsolete by the Mark
Yeah,
II.
by Mark Two. Where was? Okay.
Yeah, but let's check out. Let's take a look at this. So you get it's more reflect. I don't know if you can see. You can barely see a face in there. Not really.
I don't think
Mm,
so. No, because I don't
Yeah, it's
see
more
anything.
reflective than anything else.
Yeah.
yeah, it's more like Tallyvass Normandy. Isn't that her name?
Yeah, that's her. Master
Yeah,
Pat. Good call.
yeah.
All right, so like I said, if anyone wants to come in and chat with us, come on in. I'll put the link in chat already. So yeah, click on it. It's already almost totally down below. But yeah, that is last week's sneak peek. We're ready for transport. Let me turn off this. There you go. Before we move on. Okay, so up next we have this week in Star Citizen. What a week it's been. So Alpha 322.0. I'm sorry, 322.0A is live. It's released live to service. Caesar Orson is back until the 5th, so we have a few more days of that. Get ready to dive into some heavy action adventure and turn one idyllic city of Orson into a nightmare. As far as I know, so citizens have been doing it pretty consistently, during these nights. I haven't joined in, but I joined in like
Mm,
in chat to hear them talking about it, and they seem to be having a blast. So yeah, it's happening until February
yeah.
5th. There's also the tech preview channel, Replication Learn, Silvercraft Recovery. We'll cover that in a bit also, but there's a thread about that. So yeah,
Mm,
they plan a Silvercraft. Don't worry, they're professionals. Do not try this at home. And after few short minutes, the recovery process works and allow players to continue their adventures as if nothing happened. So that is good. They also said the pile amalgamated. We'll get to that in a minute. We discussed the winter command schedule last week, so I'm not going to cover that again. The World at Worst, the Verse at War 2 edition, community comes back on February 3 and 4, February 3rd and 4th. This time the big way in the presentation of Germany, United Kingdom, France, Spain, and Spain as nation in a playoff to see which pilot are currently the top in Star Citizen. If you're not participating, you can join on Twitch, thanks to Archvenger and other participant streamers. So yeah, so World Verse at War 2 edition. Yeah, so they're having a Bar Citizen in Barcelona, and that will be a CIG attended event. So that is
All right.
February 3rd. Excuse me. And also Thursday, ISC return. We'll cover that in a bit. And tomorrow, Star Citizen Live, talking about Alpha 323, sorry, special at the beginning of the quarter. Yes. So yes, So look forward to that. That's tomorrow. We're going to give a time, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, 16, so 4 p.m. UTC. Oh, it's right there, duh. So yeah. All right, and also I wanted to cover. Can I get the whole thing on screen? There you go. All right, so this is a Mr. Hostigal's Architect Armor by Telestasis. Telestasis created this fantastic fan art of the Architect Armor. Notice how they spell armor. That's the British spelling. I don't know why they add extra letters. That's the thing they do over there. You can even observe the time-lapse video on YouTube, and we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, you can. That's this week in Star Citizen. This is the Mr. Haskell's Architect Armor, and that's the it looks like watercolor
Very
basically.
nice. Yeah, very nice.
You know, I have to
And-
say, man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And this is the video. I made it, but go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say basically a big shout out to the community, you know, very talented people out there, you know. Just you know, glad to see folks sharing their work and continuing to support each other in this you know, in this game as well as while we're waiting for it, you know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've never been in a community where people take their free time and invest in, just being informative and being creative, and it's it's great. It's great. It's heartwarming and great. Yeah.
And yeah, he's doing pretty well. I don't have that kind of talent.
Me either.
I envy people who do.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is all colors make either black or all colors make white. But that's depending on what you're talking about, lighting or pigment.
Mhm.
That's about the extent of my artistic abilities, basically.
Wow.
Wait a minute, you said so you saying you don't have no art in you?
Not at the moment, no. Maybe later. If
So
you buy
basically
it first.
you don't have no singing abilities. I'm glad that you acknowledged that. I'm so glad.
I mean, drawing wise, I can sing.
Oh boy.
Let me go to the side before lightning strikes. Hold on.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, yes, that is Mr. Hostigal's Architect Armor time lapse by Telestasis. So congrats for becoming MVP.
Mhm.
All right, up next we have this month in Star Citizen. Now I thought this was new because I didn't recognize it before. Star Citizen Alpha 3.22.0A was just released, and there's more time lineup for the next month, February. It's filled to the brim with thrilling content, both inverse and out, so we wanted to bring you up to speed. Read on. I'll put that link in the chat a bit, but just want to say that this is not the first time they had this month in Star Citizen, because Kawadi posted. I'm gonna get this so I can quote him verbatim. He said this is only like the third time that they had this month in Star Citizen. They had it last year, but not the year before. So in 2022, sorry. And they had it again for 313, which is around the time Invictus and Quantum Video by Tony Z. So they had it a couple of times before. But yeah, this is something they do rarely. Maybe it'll be a regular thing because they're doing it in February of this year, but we'll see. I'll see. But yeah, this month in Star Citizen, got to go down real quick. Caesar Royston, we talk about that. Weekly shows have returned. We're going to cover ISC, obviously. And SCL is going to come up tomorrow. The Bar Citizen World Tour is continuing in Barcelona, Spain on the 3rd, Saturday. Cormor 2954. Cormor is the Valentine's Day, what do you call it? Not analogy, not anomaly, but it's comparison to Valentine's Day in the real world. Love is in the air at Como, our in-law Valentine's Day equivalent, that's the word I was looking for, returns to Star Citizen this year with some exciting new additions that are sure to win your heart. Participate in our screenshot contest by showing us where you would take your date in the verse, and you could win a vehicle that you would absolutely adore. So this is another contest coming up, and they do this almost every year. Typically, what's for the giveaway, maybe a Heart Seeker, maybe an 85X, and some other multi-crew vehicle that carries 2 people. So yeah, look forward to that. Como 2954. They also had the Red Festival 2954. We're saying goodbye to 2023 and starting 2024 with a fresh adventure in the Red Festival. That's typically where you gather these cards in the game, and I think you get prizes for them or something like that. But they offer a variety of red and gold ship paint. Okay, to tempt good fortune in the coming year. So red and gold ship paint, and right there, I'm gonna click on this real quick. You can see the 400i in red paint. And I have to move right click and see if I can make that bigger. Now there's already been some complaints about this color because it's matte red, not shiny red. So some people are already complaining about the origin look there. It's too matte. So yeah, they have the 600i. I'm not sure which one that is, and they got the 85X for the red what do you call it?
I can't complain on that one though, because all right, even though it's matte right now, and I get it, we have to also take into consideration to kind of go back to CitizenCon, to the tech demos of what they talked about with lighting, and I'm in no way of saying an expert on lighting. I'm still learning, but from what I can see, the lighting is a bit flat. So therefore the color kind of comes off a little bit flat and desaturated. But once they start to bring in ray tracing and all of those other things and optimization stuff like that, that color will probably start to pop on your screen. And trust me, they can always go back and revise it too. So, to make it even better. So I kind of can't. I'm not going to take the color as face value right now. I'm trying to look at it from in the future.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, I don't think. No,
go ahead, Pop.
No, go ahead.
No, you first. You're the guest here.
No, I just was saying. I don't think all the ship paints need to be shiny. Some of them can be flat.
Right.
But some colors do better shiny versus matte.
Yeah.
Like matte black. Can't go wrong with matte black, but matte
red,
red,
exactly, and white, a good
matte white. Yeah, that's true.
Right, a good white. So we need variety in color. We just don't need shiny. That pearlescent thing.
Yeah, but the origin owners, they're upset.
Oh,
you can ask. You can talk to them. I'm pretty sure there's a thread already. I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm pretty sure there's a thread already.
Well, guess what, origin owners? You don't have to put it on if you don't like it. You don't have to get it. That's all. Just like everybody else.
Pops.
That's like everybody else. You don't have to wear it.
Tell them, Pop. But yeah, that is the Red Festival 2954. Congrats. Happy New Year. I guess you still can say Happy New Year. Yeah, in that respect. Fly for free, so free fly. Need more friendlies on your wing. February brings the latest free fly. So let all your prospective pilots know that they can jump into the verse at no cost. There's no date yet, but it's coming up.
Okay.
Up next we have the referral bonus. Now here's something I did want to cover, but I'll read it first. Referral bonus to ring in as Prosperous New Year as part of the Red Festival. We invite you to join our Lunar New Year 2024 referral promotion. Our latest referral bonus will give you and the new players a Great Dragonfly Black, the red armor set with undersuit and backpack, plus a shotgun for free. Now, all I want to say about this is that basically, I've been asking for CID to give us a Constellation Black every year to celebrate Black History Month. because they gave out the Constellation Emerald, and that's the Constellation Phoenix with a green skin, around March 17th. So I've been asking CID to help us celebrate Black History Month every year. She's been saying, "Where's the Constellation Black?" I always ask. I guess this is them shutting me down, shutting me up about it because they're doing a that Great Dragonfly Black. So I guess it's okay. It's a compromise. A Dragonfly Black is 3/5 of the Constellation Emerald. So yeah. Wow, I did it for you, man.
That's why I didn't respond. But anyway.
Hey, Kusanagi, welcome to the
Hey,
show. How
Admiral.
you doing?
Hey, Admiral. How
Hey guys,
are you?
how's it going?
All right, hanging in there.
It's a
Welcome,
party
welcome.
now. Admiral's here.
He's a party animal. So yeah, what do you think of the referral bonus? I mean, have you gotten how many referrals do you have, Admiral?
How many? What do I have?
Referrals?
None.
No,
Right.
really?
Me and
I
you,
don't think I have
Admiral,
one.
in the same boat. None. 0.
I mean, I have at least one because I had to do myself. I mean, I have 5, but I did I did one because I wanted to get to get the 5 people tier for the referral bonus. But after that, I just gave up. I know some people have thousands or 500, but no, I'm not going to get that many.
I mean, those people are like kind of like streamers, and one thing I was thinking was when this thing goes live is just like put up a billboard near Boston. That way I can get my free javelin.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Oof.
I don't think that.
But-
Okay, good
That
luck.
probably
with
costs
that.
like $10,000 for the billboard, so I don't know if it's
Right.
cost effective that way.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what-
going to ask
I was
you.
going to say, but I said no.
That's-
Maybe you know something I don't. Maybe you have a friend in
Investment
the
on
industry.
return.
Mhm.
You know? Yeah, that's a little bit of ill-advised investment.
Yo, Max, thank you for the raid of 19.
Yo,
Welcome,
yo.
Raiders. And
Yo,
right off the
yo.
bat, they gave me a joke ban. Thank you for that, yo, Max. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You're special. I appreciate you. So, welcome, Raiders. We're talking about this week in Star Citizen. This is Soul Talk. We haven't done it before. We talk about what's going on in Star Citizen. And right now, we're covering this month in Star Citizen. It came out a few hours ago. I'll put the link in chat again. Hopefully, you haven't reset or anything. But yeah. And we are looking for people to come in. So let me put that link in too. And people can come in and chat with us and tell us what they think about what's going on in Star Citizen this week. But yes, this is the this month in Star Citizen. This is the referral bonus to Great Dragonfly Black. And next up we have, or this is the last thing in this article, Jumptown reopened in February. So the chaotic carnage or quaint cues of the community's favorite global event return. So gather your org mates for another foray into Jumptown. Keep an eye out for more details as the race for Mayfield Mayhem returns later this month. So this is later. Is anyone still doing Jumptown these days?
Couldn't tell you there, fast card.
couldn't
I haven't been
tell
in the
you.
game in quite some time. I've been in the game since Pyro, to be honest with you. Yeah. I've been in the game since
Admiral.
Pyro.
Admiral, have you done it?
Oh, Jumptown? I mean, I did it in the
Mhm.
past.
Yeah.
I might be open to do it again, but we've been doing Siege a couple times. Last Friday was actually successful, and a few times since then it really hasn't been that great. Like not finding lieutenants, and it was funny because the last time we played, we couldn't find one lieutenant, so we just kept going further. And then I don't know if it timed out or whatever happened, but everybody's screen went blank. There was like maybe 4 or 5 of us, and then we all ended up in prison carrying our weapons.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So,
That's
and
You
then-
have
interesting.
weapons in prison?
Oh yeah. Griff should be
And-
in chat. He was
And
there.
they work?
No, I couldn't pull it off my back. But
Okay.
we all had our guns on us, and then when we got released from prison, we lost the gun. It was
Wow.
like they kept them.
Okay.
Contraband.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like contraband, and then but it was funny because people are jacked up from to get tier 2s, tier 1s, stuff like that, and there's no place to heal in prison. So these guys are just like, luckily I wasn't that bad. I maybe had tier 3, but these guys are all jacked up. They taking forever to walk anywhere. It was hilarious.
So let me ask you a question, Admiral. How is the AI? Is it responding any better than before?
Well, again, people getting jacked up, and I mean like real people. So
Ah,
there's a lot
okay.
of they're a little bit more active. Like
A
some
little
people
more
like will duck
okay.
behind cover and then move to another location and get back down.
Okay.
And they shoot from up really far. It's like they got like 4x or 8x scopes. So you'll be like, where the hell is that shot coming from?
Let me ask you a question though, Admiral. I was watching, Captain Serious Fun. Big shout out to him and on you guys' stream. And I saw you guys doing the Siege of Horus, and it was kind of funny because I was sitting there watching Cap. Cap was, limping, and y'all were trying to heal him. And I watched this NPC come literally behind y'all and take all three of y'all out. You, Griff, and I think it was Captain Jones.
I did not get taken now, but yeah, I think so. Captain Serious, he only made it that far, and then he had to go back to the hospital, and because he already had like a tier 1, and so he was already out. Once you get tier 1, you're pretty, and like we were at the start, pretty much like okay, go back to the hospital and come back.
Right.
So the med center there, like the med beds at Siege, because it's like only a gym, they only do tier 3. So that's the issue there.
So what you're saying that I was gonna say, so what you're saying, Admiral, the weakest link was Captain Serious Fun? I know I'm on punishment, Captain. So okay, I'll take it.
Oh wow. Yeah. But I was gonna ask because I saw that when that NPC came around, right? And as he was shooting y'all, it was funny because he did, it was funny. He shot all three of you guys who were trying to actually help Cap, right? And then Cap was actually the one who took out his gun and started shooting the NPC. And, as he started to it wounded him, and I saw the NPC started limping, which was really kind of cool. So I was just kind of looking at that.
I will say, I'll just end with this. If you like, the NPCs are getting to a point where you really need to take a knee. In the military, if you ever stop and you're in a dangerous situation, and luckily I was in the peacetime. I'm a peacetime veteran, so I didn't get into any action, but I did my 4 years. But in training, like if you don't want to get shot, you take a knee, you get behind something. That way you're a smaller target. So you really should be crouching a lot more than people just kind of like standing up, looking around and stuff like that.
The run and gun. That's what I'm talking about.
It's just like situational awareness type stuff.
Right. Okay. So the run and gun can't do that
because they spawn pretty quick. So because like the people behind you, if there's other groups, they will hit the areas that you already you hit, and there'll be new people. But they spawn fairly quickly, so you might get somebody who sees you like an NPC and then starts tracking you down. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so you got to be more tactical now.
So, I think
I'm going to cut in, but just to say that Griffin said that they got their butt kicked, and then Captain Jones said they're all aimbots now. So I was like, they're aimbots. Hey. I think what happened was somebody kicked the NPC dog, and you just bet John Wick. That's all that happened.
Listen, AI. Listen, if AI is working right, AI is aimbot, and I will agree with Captain Jones on that.
I will say one thing. I watched. I think it was Astropub, and Astropub goes in there with like not even light armor. He goes in like regular city clothes, and he would just run up to people and knock them out, and take out the NPC that way because it doesn't take time. He's trying to get it so that the system is like doesn't have time to like load everybody in. But I imagine as the system improves and all that stuff, they'll be able to load them in quicker, so that won't be a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think Captain Jones is here, and he always said that he would just go naked.
Yo-Yo Mag asked, do NPCs get recoil like we do? And I think I saw at ISC or something like that, where they talk about that they were going to give them to them. I don't know if they have them yet.
The last boss we did before we ended up in prison 5 minutes later, when the thing just crapped out. The NPC guy who's in full, those NPC lieutenants are like crazy armored, but it's almost like they have like a P4 or whatever, and they're like unlimited ammo. It's just wild.
Yeah.
They're shooting so fast. You're like, what in the hell? Are they like a chain gun in that thing? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
It's a
But-
minigun. It's like the Terminator. Okay, I was wrong. It's not John Wick. It's a Terminator. That's what it was. AI. There you go.
It's definitely interesting. And you know what? It was one thing I was talking. We were talking about the other night.
Hold on to that, because we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, but snipers should be a thing. If you're going, you probably should have some support. That's it.
Okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, that is Jump Time reopened, and that is part of this month in Star Citizen. That'll be later this month. So yeah, that's everything going on this month in Star Citizen. Up next we have, is the roadmap section in the forum abandoned? There haven't been any updates for months. Jake Acapella, the person in charge of the roadmap, said that we typically pause roadmap update in mid-December and come back to the start of February, which we announced at the annual roadmap roundup post in the last one, I guess. Our next roadmap update is on February 7th, so next week. So you don't have to wait too long. So yeah, it's coming back next week. Everybody's waiting for the roadmap roundup. Anyone keep track of that stuff?
No, I just told you I try and unfortunately I purposely don't though.
Purposely done. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I do it for the show, but I mean, if I
Yeah.
was just on my own, I'd probably ignore it for a while. But
Yeah, no, I used to actually keep track of it. I used to, like, me and my dad, when we first really got into the game and everything, we were kind of religiously looking at it, all the time as it came out, like just looking at what they're doing.
I looked at it a couple of weeks ago because I forgot that they were coming back in February. But I looked at it a couple of weeks ago to see if there's anything for 323 yet, but there wasn't, obviously. So next month,
Yeah.
next week, they will update it for 323, hopefully. All right. So up next we have the Galactapedia January 2024. Archetype system. Welcome to this month's Galactapedia update roundup. They have full length article. The Artificial Intelligence Research and Production Restriction Act, probably known as the AI ban. Speaking of AI, short article, the Backend system, Backend 123, Nusu Filter, a convenient marketplace, the Getting system, Tacto, specialized manufacturing center, the Delete system, a hub of Banu and human cultural exchange, Delete 212. 3, and the Delete Belt Alpha, sorry. No-Go, probably safe to live on? Question mark. Lewis Flotilla, another convenient marketplace. Delete Belt Beta. Delete 5, Delete Collective Gamma. Delete 6, Toshi and discovered the expansion system. Oh, that'll be interesting. And Cindy Guerrero, a chart-topping musician. So yeah, that is the update. And also they have the Spectrum article, and in the Spectrum article there was a CIG post. Did I put it here? Nope, this one. So let me go here. There it is. Okay, so one of the questions was, hello, archivist, is there a misunderstanding regarding the discovery date of the Backend system? And they went on to explain why they asked. And Shay Heiberg, Star Activist, or ST Activist, replied, the bandit discovered Backend gathering and Delete system long before the humans did, but they didn't record when they found it. So they don't know exactly when it happened. The by human discovery date lists when humans became aware of those systems. So Garen was discovered in 2784 via a jump point into the system other than Backend. So that's what that is. That's what is discovery. Because even though the bandit knew about it, they didn't record it because that's what the bandit do. They're not big on recording history. And so that's why they have the human date for that. Okay. So that is, whatchamacallit? The Galactapedia update. Let's have next, we have, last week we covered Star Citizen Live Alpha patch note, and they replied to someone saying, forgot to fix docking. Nico from CIG said, this is something our teams are aware of, but the root problem goes deeper than expected and impacts multiple large ships. We're working on it, but there's no time frame to share it at the moment. Thank you for your patience. We'll keep you in the loop. So yeah, is anyone getting bit by not being able to dock in big ships?
I couldn't say because I haven't did any
Yeah.
games, so
How
I
about,
can't.
how about you, Krishnagi?
No, I don't. My biggest right now is a Carrick, so I don't really. I just land, use the thingamabob.
Yeah, and I typically, when I use big ship, I don't really dock. The biggest ship I typically use is Mercury Stoner, but I do have the Hercules, but yeah, so I don't use the cargo for that yet.
I hear you. You like big ships and you don't lie about that.
I was going to go there, Kishnagi. I was actually going to go there. You saw it in my face. That's why you did it for me, right? You saw it in my face.
It was that grin.
Okay, all right. Thank you, appreciate it. Up next we have. Okay, so this is the continuation of day 130 of the whole sea cargo transfer network, and this is the continuation of the previous thread. Hello there. This is from Nico again. We have cargo transfer in our site, Sears 07. Regarding the docking collar, it is indeed an elusive one. Unfortunately, they have news to share this moment, despite the fact that it's tracked internally. Thank you for your patience again. So it's almost a repeat of the previous thread, but different people are asking about it, and they don't want people to feel ignored. So they are looking into it, but they don't have any ETA or when it's going to be and thank you for posting the link, Griff. Appreciate it. Up next we have, this is the text thread replication layer. I'm going to go to the topic of the full thing. I believe we covered this last week, but there was a reply or a new post from CIG. So I'm just going to go to that real quick. Well, I guess not. But yeah, so if I scroll down, here you go. This is from Wintermute CIG. Hey folks, Ivan here on behalf of the network team. They're on a hunt for this interaction delay that has been observed on some of our previous tests with the real-life or the RL split enabled. Replication layer enabled. In this test, I know.
Real life layer.
Hey, that's what I see when I see RL.
That's all good, well. Man. It's all good.
In this test, there's been some additional tracking that had been added to help us analyze it, and it should occur, but we could use your help too. If you come across significant interaction delays, say over 5 or 10 seconds, it will be helpful to let us know as much about it in the feedback thread as you can. What is the time, including time zone, what were you interacting with, and what were you doing before that point. Video clips with the display session info 1 set showing the issue will be super helpful too. Your help is greatly appreciated. So yeah. Is there another? Nope. But there's another reply. I don't know if I can find it. Here it is. Thanks for all the feedback so far. It's great to see it all getting to all related to relevant team. Remember, if you come across signs of interaction delay during general gameplay not related to crash recovery, then they love to hear about it. So that's what they're looking into for replication layer. So should we end it? Let them know about it. They appreciate it. Thanks. Alright, so up next we have, Seeds for Origin, PvP balance needed. This is from Digital Chaos who said, hello, CIG team, Seeds for Origin was a favorite event on Star Citizen. The significant delay as often as 15 seconds before a player can switch sides and kill another player is officially tagged as 9-tail sympathizer. This delay means that nearby players in the mission have a choice either to be killed or defend themselves and get kicked from the mission. So they respond, hello everyone, and in this topic and similar thread, thanks for playing Seeds of Origin. Your feedback is super appreciated. We gathered a lot of data and read what the community has to say about the event, the good, the bad, the meh, the concern. At the moment, we don't have further detail to share, but know that with everything in Star Citizen, this is an ongoing effort, and your time helps improve the next iteration. Seeds of Origin goes until February 5th, 2000 UTC, so let them know if you have any feedback. It's super helpful, and the event here is for the very purpose. So, Krishna, you said you've been participating. Have you been going on these threads and commenting?
No, but maybe I could go back and make some funny stories, I guess. I'm trying to think if I took enough pictures though. Yeah, I mean, I think when you do stuff like this, and remember, I think people should, if they see a bug or something like that, they could take a picture so they could post here, so they can kind of, show Sig what's actually going on. And the game's an alpha, so it's never perfect, but it's good for them to kind of get feedback like that.
I mean, it seemed like the big complaint you all had with the NPCs. So put that in. If you have it.
Well, again, like last Friday worked perfectly. Finished
really?
it.
Okay.
It was great. And then the last couple has just been problematic in one way or the other. But either way, I mean, you're still getting like shot from left and right. It depends if you're hanging out in an area too long because they start coming to the area again.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully they'll get that worked out. That is the Siege of Austin PvP balance needed. So yeah. Up next we have maybe Tone.
I wanted to ask real quick.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about the Siege of Orison. You guys were facing sympathizers though, right? Or Admiral?
When you were watching, well, there are some sympathizers, yeah. So like, I guess the issue is like people who don't have the mission can come in and then and I saw one thing where if you shoot them and you kill them, they can charge you for murder. So
right, okay.
That was an issue. So, but like one thing I did something. I blew up a ship because it landed on another. I landed on a pad. It didn't show an A2 there. I thought the pad was clear at my C2, but it ended up spawning later, and it just was like the FPS there went, but it tanked, and then it ended up flipping in the building. So I found an Ares that was in the zone, and I blew it up, thinking I just wanted to like despawn it and kind of like clean up the server, and it just like gave me like a level 2 crime stat, and then I was like, and then they were seeing me. My group was seeing me as a sympathizer, which I thought was interesting. So I had to like leave and figure that out. So that's what happened.
Okay.
You dirty rebel, you. Anyway, so yeah, that is Siege of Orison. Up next we have maybe turn down the level of smog down a little bit. It looked awesome along with the clouds and live pack, but you click on this, you get an idea. I'm guessing that's you can see the building close to the ground, but farther out, a little bit farther out.
Wait, tone it down. What do you mean tone it down? That's what smog is supposed to do.
They want to be able to see where they're landing, basically.
Wait a minute. Again, that's what smog is supposed to do.
Yeah, I think it's affecting gameplay at that level, and I think CID agrees. I'm gonna go to the CID post. So, yes, it says we get it. You vape. Also, this is something we have in our site, an ongoing discussion, not only in Lawville. Thanks for your feedback. So they're all looking into it. Yeah, that is a bit much. That is a bit much small.
Oh, time out now. They don't need to like tone down the smog or whatever. They need to just give us lights that work. I mean, most cars today have fog lights for a reason. They're not just for like stylish driving. They're actually designed to work better in the fog. So I don't know why something 900 years in the future doesn't have a way to like see the fog better.
Well, at the same time too, though, Admiral, is like this. Okay, what happens when you have weather effects, right? I mean, smog is essentially, unfortunately, it's a byproduct of Lorville's industrial atmosphere, right? So I mean, when you think about it, you might have some days that might be really smoggy. Some days it'll be less dense than others. I mean, to me, just if I look at it, it's just this would be one of those days where it's just heavy.
Let me hop in real quick because this is a continuing discussion. So let me give you the second part. Fog in Reclaimer cockpit. Anyone else having fog cloud in Reclaimer cockpit? It wasn't there when I retrieved it in Lawville. So Nico replied here, we pinned this one down, it should be fixed in the next update. Thanks for your repost, everyone. So evidently, fog is not just a problem in Lawville, it's everywhere. So and
I've seen that one on, I think maybe even Meg might have actually seen that one.
So in
Yo-yo.
other words, yeah,
Oh,
I can understand that. That's something that they can, from the technical
Yeah,
issue
so
from
evidently,
it leak.
evidently, someone turned the fog up to 11, and it affect everything. And there's another CIG reply. Sorry. Ongoing discussion we have internally with our team investigating the matter at the very moment. It involved multiple teams such as environment, design, VFX, and such. So it will take some time for them to get back to you, but rest assured that it's something we've noted in the community's feedback. 07 cheers. So yeah, this is not the final iteration. I'm guessing you're gonna get toned down in future
Right.
packs, but you gotta live with it.
That part I can understand.
Yeah.
That part I can understand. But like as far as fog um as a weather effect to tone that down, I kind of feel like that's a little bit like,
You don't think that's too much?
No, listen, let me tell you something, Fast Car. Me and my dad played recently, a few months back, the new Icarus update. And in the swamp, right? And you remember this possibly if you could, you
I
chime into
remember.
this. In the swamp area, I mean, when it starts to rain and that acid starts to, you can only literally see 2 feet in front of you.
Mhm.
I think
I
that
think
when it gets that bad, it affects gameplay. What were you gonna say, Pops?
But that's the
no,
point, though.
I was just gonna say, long as it's varied and not always that thick,
Exactly. That's what I'm
that
saying.
that's the way it should work.
If it's a weather effect, like you said, if it's some
Yeah.
days that it's more dense than others, then
Yeah.
that's different. Like you get a weather report, hey, okay, Lauraville is dense, heavy fog coming in. Be aware,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. That gives you a variety of, okay, I'm just gonna, go right into Lauraville. It's cloudy days all the time. I mean, it's sunny, clear skies all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Long as it's varied. And I think part of it is like my son said, is if we get forecasts and things like that, then you can make plans, maybe land
I
at
don't,
uh
I don't know if they're gonna
you
have
know,
well, I know they have weather in the
you know,
game. They will have weather in the game, but
right.
I don't know if they'll
Mm-hmm.
have forecasts for the weather in the
Forecast,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that this is Chris Roberts we're talking about, so we may get it, but I don't know if that's something they'll
Six
have
months
in the near
added.
future. What was
Well,
that?
No,
forecast
just
weather is
saying
not too
6 months
bad.
added to
I
the
don't
weather.
know from a planetary effect, how the way that would work. But I mean, basically, when you think about it, though, right? Icarus does that, right? In a way, they have a
Mm-hmm.
forecast, although it's very short in warning system of a forecast. But you could have a forecast,
Mm.
you know,
All right,
when you
yeah,
think about it. Yeah.
that doesn't mean it has to be accurate, I guess. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that is they're working on the fog and too much fog in this update. So yeah. Up next we have I played over 150 bunker missions, bunker status in Crusader. This is from Sick Mechanico. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But they ran 147 missions, completed 106 solo, 12 in group, failed 39, and they gave us a breakdown of the moons and planets where they did the bunker missions, and they get some tips for some of them too. So yeah, so I'm going to scroll down to the reply. Carbon Pixel says good testing and reporting, but Nico replied, "Hey, sick Mechanico. Thanks a lot for your time. We have an upcoming focus on data heist missions and bunkers generally. So we'll be sure to spot these bugs as soon as we can. Cheers." So, and then Nico replied, "Thanks for your reply." So yeah. So this is the kind of
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say interaction, but spectrum thread that CIG seems to appreciate. We put
Mm-hmm.
really good detail and some thought and be constructive in your criticism or thought, they might get back to you and take note of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
And I
just have
think
a question. Did anybody else think of Mika Licka High, Mika Heiny Ho when you read that name?
Okay. All
There's a
right.
Pee Wee Herman reference.
Oh, okay,
mm,
no. I don't feel bad not knowing that one. No, I did not think of that. But yeah, so I played over 150 bunker missions. So yeah. I mean, check the thread out. You have a complaint or something you want to address from CIG.
you
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
just
Pops?
think no, just as long as people are aware. I mean, it's great to make these posts, but just make sure that people realize that because you make a post like this, it's very, very helpful to them. But just do not get it in your mind, well, I made a post and I expect it to be fixed
Yeah, right.
next
Yeah,
week
right.
or, really soon, because just like we've always learned, one thing
Especially,
affects something else and breaks, other
and
things.
also, your post may not be the first one. Even though you may
Hmm.
do a search for your specific post or something like a post, it may be because a certain phrases and keywords that you didn't find it, so you may think that your post is the first one about it, but it may not. It probably isn't. So don't
Hmm.
feel bad if you don't get a reply because of that. Also, thank you for that,
Hmm.
Bob. That's it. That's
Yeah.
important. All right, so up next we have. I'm gonna scroll up for this one because I should have scrolled up for the Star Citizen on Twitter X. Good morning. How are you earn UEC today? And this is a direct quote from that, and they got a picture of someone looking at a message board, or not a message board, but information board from Con Kreider. How will you earn UEC today? So the person wants to know, does CIG know that they're an alpha and using AUEC, or that's basically the question. And then I'm going to scroll down and get to the reply. This is from Galactica, who's in charge of the social media stuff for RSI and CIG. Hi, their resident social media manager. I can assure you very much with our game that we currently use Alpha UEC, AUEC. The A in UEC stands for Alpha. Particularly try to keep the in-lore as much as possible. Also, know the screen isn't live data, but thought it was a dope screenshot worthy of sharing. See around the universe. Jade, a resident full team member, replied, "I love that you keep it in the lore. Please continue." And Stuart replied, "I guess they're asking more about the UEC, what's coming up and stuff like that." But Galactica responded after that posted, but just meant to share cool content created by the community without any additional deeper hidden meanings behind them. So no, this isn't intended as a confirmation of any timeline. They're still going to be using AUEC for the time being for the relative near and far future. So don't read too much into that. But yeah, they know it's Alpha UEC, but they're trying to keep it in law for the post. When I saw that thread, I was like, wait, UEC? And then I just ignored it because I didn't think too much about it. But I believe these other people thought more about it than I did to make a post about it. What do people think?
I think you gotta, just like the post is, just like Galactica said, don't read too much into it. Thank you for the information. Definitely for those who,
Yeah, I mean,
need
I
that.
guess I guess like I knew implicitly it was in lower post, but I didn't know explicitly.
Right.
Put it that way. It was back in my
I
mind,
mean,
but yeah.
yeah. I'm glad that was cleared up and verified,
Mm-hmm.
for folks so that they can understand going forward, you know. Um, but yeah, don't read too much into it.
Yeah. And by the
We
way,
still got
again,
to.
if go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just gonna say we still haven't gotten to 4.0 yet. So how could it be
Right.
like, you know what I mean? How could it be UEC right around the corner?
Right.
I
Exactly.
mean, I mean.
And and yeah, just so you know, when the switch is about to happen, they're gonna give us loads of advance notice. Okay, I want to say, oh, this is me guessing. I'm not working in CIG. This is me guessing. They're gonna give us like 2-3 months notice before they switch. Okay, so don't
Yeah.
worry about too much about it.
Yeah, they will. You're right.
All right, so that is what that's about. And up next we have Right Mining by Corbin Dallas. Great name. The rocket's code is being broken. That's basically the summary of the thread. Nico replied, "Rejoice, rock mining laser not activating is currently in our sight. We hope to fix it shortly. Thank you for your patience. So people who do rock mining, they're looking into it, and hopefully it'll get fixed soon. TM.
Oh,
But I
man,
just
that's
want to
cool.
say, I was hoping that they would say, we will rock you.
Mm, rock you.
Hey, there was no joke ban, so hey. It's all your fault. I blame y'all.
Multi-pass.
I blame
Multi-pass.
y'all. So yeah, did anyone here use the rock? Admiral Kusanagi or anyone in the chat?
Well, I have a rock. I just it was funny because I was thinking about using it, but now I know not to. So thank you.
All right. And that is what this show is for. This show is a PSA for all of you. What to do and what not to do. So
Man, I
maybe-
still like rock mining. It's a nice pastime, kind of a time passer.
Mm.
You know, if you like getting out, putting it on the cart, and going out finding some nice clusters.
How long do you typically go mining for?
Oh man, it could be like depends. Like I mean, sometimes me and Pops will go out there for like 2 hours. Sometimes it could, time can fly past you. Depending upon who you with and how well it's going.
When I played Eve Online, I was no life in Eve. When I first started, I spent 8 hours a day mining so I can build my first battleship. I don't anticipate doing that in Star Citizen though. But yeah, I had no life. I have grinded. I'm at the point now where I don't want to grind as much, but I still will if I have to. But I'm not
I
8
agree.
hours. That's
I
for sure.
agree. I do agree.
Then have our last spectrum post before we get to ISC. The Hercules is too loud. Hercules. They don't understand. This is from Carnage 124. They don't understand why the Hercules is so loud inside the ship. That's basically the premise of the thread. Nico copied the post, and it said the interior machinery audio volume was indeed too loud. We're going to fix it in a future update. Cheers 07. So, I mean, you try slaying a nine-headed Hydra, and let's see how quiet you are. That's all I'm going to say. Regarding Hercules. So, yeah, I have a Hercules M2.
I get it. Okay.
They got it.
I get it.
Good.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I have a Hercules M2, but I haven't took it out in a while. Anyone here have a Hercules that they been in there? Like, how loud is it? How
I haven't
loud
been
is
in
it?
it
Any
lately.
difference?
So,
Which I don't think it changed. I was in a C2. It sounds the same.
yeah,
It's just a big ship.
Whenever I
Go
was
ahead.
in mines, I haven't had that issue. So I mean, I haven't been in, like I said, since last year. So I couldn't tell you if this is a recent situation or
It's gotta be. It's gotta be like a
Yeah.
220.0A thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you go into a military transport, it's loud. If you go into, it's designed to move stuff. It's not a.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
not a.
I'm guessing it's louder than what it used to be, or what they used to.
What is the
define a ship.
passenger transport? What's that one called?
Passenger,
The one-
not the Genesis.
The Genesis, right? Now I imagine that's going to be like super quiet. But I mean,
Mhm.
these are these are workhorses. I'm like, they don't care. I mean, it's a big
Right.
cargo ship. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this. Oh, Griff says it's loud in any large craft now. So it's not. It's
You know what
not
really
just
grinds my gears?
the Hercules. Like, is it loud in Constellation? Now, how large the craft does it be? Like Hercules on up, or Constellation on up, or like the 400i on up? Just asking.
I mean, I think the Connie's loud, but I mean, it is what it is, I don't know.
So Griff says Hurricane and bigger is loud. Okay, that's good to know. Won't be breaking out my M2 anytime soon.
There's
and
no
that's it
ocean
for-
in deep space.
She's right. And that's it for the Spectrum thread, but now we're up to a return of a favorite. Star Citizen, Inside Star Citizen, ISC. I almost said SCL, but that's next week. We'll cover it next week, even though it's tomorrow. But yeah, you know what I mean. And this is called Inside Star Citizen, Extra-Vehicular Particular. Nice pun there. I wonder who came up with it. So this is 15 minutes. We're going to split it in half, roughly. So around 7 minutes in, we're gonna come back. And if anyone want to come in and talk with us about ISC, come on in and join us. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in again. But yeah, and come on in and talk with us. What your thoughts about ISC? Here we go. What is talking about? What is talking about it? Want to hear it? Here we go.
It's a new year, and with every new year comes the refresh after holiday break, the review of process and personnel alike, and the renewed sense of determination to make each year of Star Citizen's development even better than the last. And in 2024, that includes the return of so many Squadron 42 developers to our persistent universe fold, all of which are working to add their features and advancements to the already stellar work of the SC devs we all know and love. And so to get this multi-month marathon started, let's throw it now to Chris, Alexis, Gennady, Inez, and Kian of the eponymously named Team Kian to show us a bit of what they're working on for Alpha 323.
So we showed a lot of interesting things in CitizenCon, and a lot of which is from Kian's team. We're going to be bringing a lot of that to you guys soon this year. And we're going to be talking about the designs of those features and also how we went about making them. You're going to be doing a lot of these for the next 4 months, aren't you?
Yeah.
The old EVA system had its purpose, but it had a lot of problems.
So the old EVA was not quite controllable.
The entry and exit into EVA not being very smooth, a lot of face planting. Changing orientation was a problem. You never really knew which kind of way your body was in. The upright pose was a little bit awkward for traversing spaces as well. You couldn't really fit into narrow spaces, and it was a bit restrictive for transitioning around space stations and things like that, especially interior spaces.
In addition to that, the sort of volume you take in order to rotate and look around is huge. It's basically rotating your body every time you just look to the right, look up, etc. That doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great, and it doesn't feel wonderful if you're in a confined space because, again, you're clipping against everything.
Just don't really think it fit with what we want to do in our game.
It's not a bad system. It got us to where we are today. But we want to make improvements, and there are other features and systems that we need to tie into EVA, which brings us to what's coming this year. So there's multiple aspects of the new EVA system that makes it a lot more versatile. The first is that when you start looking around, it's your camera and your head that's moving. Your body most of the time doesn't. So if I'm heading in a certain direction and I want to see what's behind me, I can just look behind me, but I see my body. I get that instant frame of reference as to where I am, where my body is, and it just grounds the experience.
So with the new system, we put the player into a more prone pose, kind of a superhero pose, makes them a much smaller silhouette when traversing around areas.
Can you show us how the EVA works? Show us how the EVA works.
So now EVA works like this. You move forward and you just fly.
How about when you turn, when you rotate?
And when you rotate, you're like...
The footprint of the character doesn't start to change. So if I want to look around in this tight-knit space, I'm not suddenly spinning around and knocking all the things off the shelves. I'm just looking around, which means that the metrics we can support for that feature suddenly become much more versatile. You can get on a vent rather than not being able to fit into a room. It's also a lot prettier to watch someone who's got a weapon or just looking around, rotating around as they're doing so. From the outside, it looks better. From the player experience, it just really helps out, knowing where you are and what you're doing.
We've smoothed out transitions entering and exiting EVA. So no more face planting unless you really, really try.
In new EVA, you can just press forward and you fly. If you release the button, you keep flying while you still can rotate and look around.
Yeah, we've allowed it so you can turn on the spot without altering your silhouette, which is quite nice for interior traversal again. feels a lot more natural, a lot more responsive to the player.
Yeah, we're going like a piece. Great.
The features we're going to be bringing out at some point later, soon. We've got zero-G traversal, and that's you attaching to a surface. In the previous system, again, because the character was upright the entire time, it just wouldn't have gelled well with that feature. You're effectively in prone, but attached to a surface, and you're moving along that surface or gliding along it if you sprint. That just transitions really nicely from the pose we have for zero-G traversal to the EVA pose. It's almost exactly the same. It's also very similar to prone. So, for example, if you were in a vent and all of a sudden the gravity went out, you could crawl along it in zero-G traversal or move around it in EVA without changing what your body's doing, which just means that it's a far more seamless experience. There's much less chance of anything going wrong as a result of that as well.
We've also introduced the EVA fuel and momentum. So once you start traveling forwards in one direction, you'll keep going in that direction until you press another input or the space brake to stop. This becomes especially important when we introduce EVA fuel. So you'll have a finite amount of fuel, and just that little boost could be enough just to get you back to the safety of a space station or your ship. It sets us up nicely for zero-G push-pull, which comes further down the line.
So in terms of what that means for user player and what you're going to be doing with this feature, it allows us to use EVA to get you guys going from your ship to another ship, from your ship to an abandoned space station. You can fly inside ships and space stations without gravity now, without fear of bashing your head and your legs all over the place. It really makes it a much more smooth and easy to use system. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's just more fun. I enjoy just flying in and out of test levels between ships, etc. With the old system, it's a bit slow and lackluster. With this, I feel like I'm a superhero while I'm going around in space. So yeah, the new EVA feature, as you guys see it today, it's hopefully going to look even better once it gets into your hands. And yeah, we're really excited to see what you guys think of it.
Okay, we are back. So yeah, that is the first half of IST talking about EVA. What do people think about it? Starting with Kusanagi, what are your thoughts? He's muted, but hopefully he'll come back. No, never mind, Dan. Fifth page, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I was have to agree with Zombie Pig on this one. You know, definitely see a lot of resemblance of a swimming locomotion in there, mixture with the flight locomotion. Profile that they've used to for this, you know, I mean, which is really cool because it makes it like they said, it makes it much more fluid. You know, especially for combat situations, you know, being able to turn and face an enemy, you know, stuff like that, which is really cool. I appreciate the hard work that they're putting into this and really be considerate of that.
Cool. Pop.
Okay. Okay, I had to make my sounds. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Wait, do it again? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, I enjoyed that, and I mean, you know, the whole part to me, they're making the game fun as they possibly can, and you know, it just reminded me: do we really, in that sense, grow up because how much we love games and things like this in it? So you know, it appeals to the kid in all of us. You know?
So what you're saying, Pops? Hold on for a second. So what you're saying is, Pops, you got to go back to what's his name, Jeffrey, the giraffe, Toys R Us we used to work at. I don't want to grow up.
I'm like, Jeffrey, who the heck is Jeffrey?
Like,
yeah,
Jeffrey?
well, yeah.
That was a deep pull there, Fist.
yeah. And I did get a chance to play with all the toys before we put them out on the thing. So yeah. So I enjoy that. It appeals to the kid in all of us, and we all, certain parts of us don't need to grow up. We need to have fun and enjoy, the friends that are around us, and I dig the sound effects.
Now, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Star Citizen kid.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
For people who don't know that reference, it's a 40-year-old reference, so I'm not people younger than that may not get it.
May not get it.
All right, so what people think in chat think about it? I saw some comments. Let me look them up. That's going to make some cool experience moments, hopefully, about that. Hopefully you're right about that zombie pig. Yeah, that'll be cool. Bonsai says, give new EVA. Yeah, I just want to say that they covered this a bit previously. I'm going to say like maybe a year or 18 months ago in an ISC, I believe. And so they've been iterating on it. And it comes far. Hopefully we'll see this in 323. So looks pretty good so far. Looking forward to it.
No.
What are you gonna say?
No, Danger Hobo said something. I don't know. I mean, is that true? That really true that Star Trek actually has a I guess you could say a patent they have mag boots as their intellectual property. Like so nobody else can use it without their permission.
It's sci-fi and it's magnetic.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say Danger. I was like, that's okay. You kidding? Okay, all right. I was trying to figure that out.
Okay,
that confused me. I was like, is that true?
Normally, I'm the troll up in here, but no, you got to remember there's multiple trolls up in here.
All right, cool.
Now, it also made me think the way he's using the hand thing. Now, if we let's say we have to leave the ship in emergency and we only have on our not the armor, but just the inner suit, will we get that feature, or does that feature come with armor on?
That is a
Does
good
that make
question,
sense?
Pops. Do you need a full armor suit, or can you just do it with the undersuit?
Or undersuit is what I'm thinking of. Right. Well, it just makes me thinking, well, for example, the 890 jump mission, will that have because now you go in and you have gravity. Will the 890 jump mission, not have gravity in it now? Some do, some won't. A whole lot of questions come into play, to make mix things up.
I mean, that whole hand thing that you just talked about that we just saw on screen there, CID may have another issue because of Marvel, because they're emulating Spider-Man. So what's up with that? Do you think Disney you're going to come out? No, I'm kidding. I'm trolling myself.
No.
Well, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. But you know what? One thing though, I will say though that's kind of interesting that he said that as you're thrusting towards your object or goal or whatever it is that your space station or whatever it is, you keep on going on that path or trajectory. So you got to make sure that you line up everything correct, because if you hit that
that's only if
last
you don't have a
gust.
suit that don't have thrusters, because they have thrusters on those things. That's how they rotate.
No. Well, but what he said, if I remember correctly, if this is the part of what he said that you're gonna have a finite amount of fuel in your suits, right? So if you hit that last thrust and that was it, and you just better make sure you line up your trajectory correctly, because if you know how it is in space, if you're a few centimeters off or whatever, you're gonna miss your shot.
I think they may be a bit more, convenient, lenient in game, but yeah.
Well, I think what you probably they're gonna have is we have oxygen pens. We've got every pen in the world that we didn't know we were gonna have 2 years ago. So they'll probably have some type of pen to refill the system, or a tank to refill the system. I imagine you'll have tanks on your spaceships that you're gonna have to go and make sure they're filled up when you go to the space station
and your cargo on your person. Yeah,
you're gonna have to fill it up like you would your oxygen tank. You're gonna have this special stuff to put in your your jetpack or whatever you want to call it.
Like it's probably going to be hydrogen, right? Something easy.
I don't know if I want hydrogen on my back. It's kind of like having a thermonuclear, unregistered nuclear device on my back.
It'll be convenient. That's all I say. Yeah.
How do you think this is gonna? Okay, so regarding this though, if I eject in a ship, do you think that this is the precursor to get something to be able to eject in atmosphere and have enough boost to prevent me from dying? It depends on the gravity of the moon or planet. It would be nice to see if like this is just like something I strap on. They're using the same tech, and it's just like a little tiny backpack, and then I take it off.
Yeah, but I mean we'll see. But one thing I'm gonna say about this part here, I mean, I know I'm gonna trigger some people when I say this, but you know how Anthem was when people wanted to be the Iron Man and playing the game. This feels like you're gonna be Iron Man or Iron Heart in education.
And we'll get to that in a couple minutes.
All right, so let's speaking of that, let's get to
this guy was great, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna have his own meme going on, I think.
That's right.
All right, so let's continue on with ISC, the second half.
All right, let's talk about pipe pits.
Well, it was better when it was piss pit.
It used to be piss pit.
Yeah, player interaction system. Yeah.
So let's talk about the new pipe pit.
Gotta stop saying.
I was too late to change it. I like to say PIS because, yep, sounds better.
try to avoid HR complaints.
So the burning question is, what is PIPIS? Well, it's everything you interact with around you and how you go about doing that.
It's not always easy to select the interaction that you're looking for.
You have to drag your cursor then to make your selection. And it's not really very fast or intuitive.
And in general, it got in the way of you doing what you wanted. It added an extra layer of menuing that wasn't necessary.
But there's some things that we wanted to solve, and that's what the new system does.
So with the new personal interaction experience, we have multiple ways of improving how you interact with the items around you.
So we've released little parts of the new system in the past with the pit wheel and the quick select wheels and the control hints. This is by far the biggest iteration on it and will totally change how you interact with things in the world. We've introduced the new interaction prompt, which will show you which item you will interact with by just tapping F, and will also show you the type of interaction that will be performed.
So the new system, the players don't have to go into interaction mode to interact with the objects.
We've updated that to have an on-screen icon. It gives you the input that you need to press, and it gives you an idea of what you're actually going to do when you press it. So that ambiguity of, am I in range? Is it the item I'm going to interact with? It's gone. You've got an immediate bit of feedback that tells you what you're going to interact with, what you need to press to interact with it, and what you'll do when you interact with it.
So if you're looking at a plushie on the desk, it'll show an F above it with grab, and you can just pick that item up with that. We've also introduced the personal interaction wheel, which, instead of the list view, will now give us a nice radio menu that lets you select exactly what you want to do in a much more intuitive manner.
And with the wheel, it's much more seamless, and it feels more like there's no barrier between you and the interactions.
And that's locked to the screen, so you can't miss. You're already selecting something, and it's 99% of the time what you want to interact with. Don't sneeze while you're pressing the button. It's much more intuitive. It's much easier to use. And that option, that problem I mentioned, where if you're trying to interact with what's in your hand, that's gone. Now the new system just opens the wheel, and you select what you want to do with what's in your hand. It just works.
So this new interaction wheel plays really nicely with default item actions, which has been in development for a while, but it needed the whole system to come together as one before we released it.
If, for example, you're out mining gems after blowing up rocks with your multi-tool, you might want to pick a gem up and look at it. or you might want to just store it directly into your backpack. You now have the option to customize and say, when I look down at that piece of gem, show me the prompt. It's always going to show store, or it's always going to show carry or inspect. It's up to you. And you can change that on the fly, and it'll remember it, and it just allows you to customize your own experience.
Now the player doesn't have to go to interaction mode to make a selection. It can just simply tap to trigger the behavior.
The new system is entirely data-driven, so from our perspective, it makes it really easy to customize from a designer's point of view. And again, because we've set up that data, you can then customize it yourself.
It allows you to customize the primary and the secondary interaction. So you can change what just tapping F while looking at something does.
If the player changes the default item on that item, the selection will be saved across all the items that match that state and the item category.
It picks up on what you want to do with different item types. So if you want to cuddle a plushie, you can set that to be your default inspect. If you want to be picking up golden memons and storing them directly whilst you're harvesting, you can set store to be your default, and then that's the way it'll stay. If you want to equip ammo as soon as you come across it to your suit, you can set that as your default item action. So it's something that, with a little bit of interaction from yourself, means that you can customize and tweak your own play experience and really rough out the edges in terms of your minute-to-minute gameplay and how you interact with things.
We've also introduced a new scoring system for interaction points that allows us to better select which interaction point is of interest to the player. This is based on distance from the player, angle to the cursor or center screen, and whether it's on screen or not. It also allows us to interact with things that aren't quite on screen, so if there's a trolley handle just below you, you'll be able to tap F and you should just grab it. This makes it a lot more intuitive. Something on the ground can have a different default action to something in your hand. This is all set up and customized through the interaction wheel.
And then obviously the player now doesn't have to go into interaction mode, drag the cursor, make the selection. You can just simply tap or double tap to trigger the secondary action, and that should be a much easier experience for the player.
We'll forget about what was there before. It'll feel like it has always belonged. You won't be able to live without it, really.
That's just some of the things our team has been working on over the last few months and bringing to SE Alpha 323.
We're looking at bringing you lots more stuff from our work on Squadron 42 into Star Citizen. We're really excited to get that into your hands to improve your overall player experience, the way you travel through the verse. Yeah, when you get your hands on it, please let us know what you think. We're really excited to find out.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that EVA looks sick. Sure, usually I'm a bit more eloquent than that, but damn, I'm allowed to mark out sometimes. That the way we interact with the persistent universe around us is getting a whole lot more intuitive and customizable. And that this new EVA, new default item actions, and new personal interaction system are just the beginning of what this spring's Alpha 323 has to offer. Yes, Virginia, it's gonna be a big one. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Be sure you check out tomorrow's Star Citizen Live, where we dive into even more Alpha 323 goodness, and we'll see you all here next week.
Da 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 da.
Gotta love Jared. Oh my goodness. I forgot to do this before we went to the second half, but I wanted to give a PSA. If you have the maturity level of a 12-year-old, the next segment or the previous segment that we just watched, it may not be for you. Fortunately for me, I'm surrounded by adults, so I should be okay. And someone mentioned in chat, hold on, let me get the thing. Bonsai, he said, get the D20. The D20 is a sub player, so you can't get it if you go into the subscriber store. So you can pick up a big D20 if you want it. Anyway, other than that, yes, let's go in reverse order. Pop and Face. What do you think of the second half of ISC?
Oh wow, quality of life. I couldn't. I mean, I dealt with it when you pick up a gun or something like that. You had to do that scrolling around thing, but I couldn't stand it. This is great improvement. You can just tap, pick up, especially during combat. I mean, you kind of almost hate to say it's a game changer, but and in that sense, it's a game changer in progress. So to me, that it makes a lot of sense. It's quicker. The only thing is, the speed in which we pick up things and reload. I hope the NPCs have the same speed that we have. Because how their aim is impeccable, and I hope that they have the same speed when they go to pick up something that we do to make that even. They just don't snap and we're dead. But besides that, it's great improvement.
Going back to what we had this with Looting V2. I mean, my understanding, this is coming in 323. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I thought that's what they're talking about. But yeah, because they're covering some of this with SCL tomorrow. So maybe that's a question you can ask.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
There should be a thread about that, but I didn't see it up. What was that, Chris?
No, I was going to say, I think you're right about that.
Go ahead, Pops.
No, I just wanted to ask. Well, I know GoMap can't explain it in the thing, but was there a hidden message in it? Because he's saying about when he got the joke.
Oh, it's the Avengers theme song.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
see, I didn't know. I was
like,
wondering
real
if it was
quick.
something I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the Avengers. It's like, hold on. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
going to pause here. So, Incredible Hulk on the left.
Oh.
Captain America with the shield. The Aegis shield.
Yeah,
Aegis
yeah.
shield, yeah. That Black Widow with the pose. 'Cause that's her famous pose
That's
in
her
Iron
pose.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Thor with the
Okay.
hammer.
Wait a minute, isn't that Black Panther, though?
No, Black Widow. With the thing. But that's
Yeah, she
Thor
always
with the
poses
hammer.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
and Iron Man right above him.
And Spider-Man.
And
above
Spider-Man
that.
at the top.
Oh, I got it. Thanks, GoMap. I didn't get it. I didn't get
Yeah.
it. Okay.
All right. So, anything else, Pops?
Nope. Moving on.
All right. Face to face.
I would say, just like Pop said, it's a really good, cool quality of life improvement towards the game. Glad to see that they've made that HUD look very sleek and nice design. Also, as far as the Avengers little montage theme, I'm kind of tempted to sample it and make a little something out of it. I had to get permission first, right? Maybe.
For Invictus Week, we should do the trivia part and have that in one of the songs.
Okay. There you go.
Kusanagi, what are your thoughts?
It's very cool. I was watching Meyer today, and he was like, his concern was that he was wondering if it was going to be immersion breaking. And I'm like, it's an interesting idea because you've got this F thing that just follows you wherever you go.
I think it's okay because you'll be wearing a helmet, and it's just an AR in your helmet. Like, if you're not wearing a helmet, sure. But if you're wearing a helmet, you could just roleplay that way.
If I could turn on, one-click something and then turn it on and turn it off when I want to, it'd be cool. And then to pick up, like, weapons and magazines on the ground, it'd be like, okay, the center of my screen, and then I could generally be able to do that without having to see stuff. That's what I kind of am looking forward to, I think. It's interesting they're going with, like, it looks exactly like an Xbox controller, little toggle switch there, which I'm okay with. I'm one to actually click buttons though on like the HUDs, like on a spaceship. I'll go in there and I'll manually click power on and turn on the engines, and like at that picture right there when it was like open, he turned on the computer and nothing was on the computer. It was just all in that little pop-up window, and I want to be able to like click on the window and say, open door or, closed door. I don't want it to just be some holographic thing because it's just, I think that's immersion breaking. At least that part for me is like taking it and putting it on this HUD and have the screen blank. That's my concern with that. That's my concern with that one. But I mean, it's very cool. It's certainly needed. It works. The mechanic does work in a lot of different areas. And it'll be helpful to set a primary and a secondary setup for it, and for the system to hold it. So that's nice too.
Okay, Danger Hobo, I do have to give you props for that. As Star Citizen, F on and find out. Bravo, I give you that one. Real quick, my thought. I'm looking forward to this. I've heard people complain about it in Discord during Soul Citizen After Dark or whenever they play around. No more grabbing someone's helmet when you're trying to drag someone. That's because that's the thing. You kill someone by accident because you moved the mouse at the wrong time. You're trying to grab them. I never heard the Pico and Stormall squeak before this episode. Like, I'm pretty sure, I've been around them and they activated before, but normally I had the music going on or people in the background talking on Discord. So this is my first time hearing the squeaks, and I thought they were just adorable. I kind of want one now, so yeah. The other thing is, what is I'm going to spell them out. What is PIE, PIS? And, CID has a history of making, how can I put this politely? They could have made better choices when it came to picking acronym. Like the FU, that was the first the acronym that they changed that I'm familiar with. FU used to stand for freight unit, but they had another meaning. What is it called? BUK, field upgrade kit. You call field upgrade kit. You know what the initials for that? And then they changed it to battlefield upgrade kit, Buck, instead of the other one. So CIG has a history of so I would say poor choices when it comes to acronym. But yeah, this is just another long line in that acronym thing, I guess. But yeah. All right. So up next, thank you everybody for joining me. We still have our Machinima, but I just want to say thanks for hanging out so far. Again, if you want to come out and hang out with us, click the link below and join us. We're gonna watch our Machinima now. So our Machinima this week is Bulkheads, episode 7, the promotion, Star Citizen Machinima. Now this is the last Bulkheads episode, but they do have mini episodes that we'll probably cover in later date. But this is 5 minutes long, so let's get to it.
Okay, Pierre. Nothing to it. Just blend in like a leaf on the wind. Like one of them stick bug things. Like a really normal Marine, Navy, Army person. Yeah. You can do it, Pierre. You can do it.
Good afternoon, Second Lieutenant. I mean, First Lieutenant? Wait, what? You're a First Lieutenant now, sir?
Yes, first, yeah, that's what I am. Of course. I even have the arm things to prove it.
I'm sorry, sir, but if you don't mind my asking, how? Last time we met, you were a second lieutenant. That was earlier this week, sir, wasn't it?
Yes, right. Of course. Well, you see, it's a funny story.
Sweet! Story time!
I remember it like it was yesterday. You see, I was going about my completely normal day. Extremely normal-like, just minding my own business. Hello there, soldiers! Sirs? Men? Isn't it a lovely 0400 on the old clock thing there? Lovely time.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I'm just heading this way. Nothing suspicious, don't mind me.
Did you see what he's wearing? I know, PTU suit.
What?
Can't believe
Command received. Playback. Increase volume.
Wait, what?
Command received. Playback.
Wait,
Increase
what?
volume.
You were just being paranoid. I'm sure LT has his reasons.
What's going on, you
meaning he probably got in trouble.
Ah! Anyway, I thought to myself, hey, Pierre, where did that pirate ship end up anyway? So I went searching. And what do you know? I found them. In a ship, hiding in the very far end of the Imbecilicus.
The Imperitium?
That's what I said. I don't really know what happened next, but the remaining pirates, they must have panicked when they saw it found them. No! Wait! Can't you take me with you? You can't leave old Pierre behind?
Sorry, lad. She's already decoupled in a discrete object on their scanners. We've got to get out of here. We'll come back for you if we can.
But wait! No! Where are you going?
Enemy vessel detected. Tracking.
What? No! Don't track them! Shoot!
Command received. Shoot. Command routed to Imperium CIC.
Shoot! Did you just say shoot? What the hell, Pierre? You sonny second sheep!
They blew Wesley and Crusher right out the sky. They never even saw it coming.
Wesley and Crusher? Those sound like people names.
No, it was the ship name. Yeah, the pirate ship's name.
Are you okay? You seem pretty shaken up.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. The noodles are hot, okay? Anyway, I suppose someone reviewed the security footage and saw what I'd done. And, they gave me a raise.
You mean they promoted you?
That's what I said.
Wait, they promoted you that quickly? Just for that?
I guess it's just, one of them right time, right place kind of things. Am I right?
But I was right there. I killed those pirates.
This soup, it's good, right?
Yeah. I captured their leader and got nothing. And you get promoted just because you're wearing some highly experimental tin armor?
I'm what?
Kane? Say sir. Sir. Sorry, sir.
Oh, don't worry about it, mate. You two seem like nice fellows. I tell you what, cucumber?
Kane, sir.
Kane, I'll tell you what, Kane.
And I'm Brack.
Brick. Anyway, you stick with me and I'll do what I can to make sure you get that thing you seem wanting so bad.
Thank you, sir.
Don't mention it. Now, let's just sit back and enjoy some of these delicious noodles. It's good, right?
I was not expecting that ending. Anyway, let's start in the middle this time. Face to face. What do you thought?
Bravo. It was good banter between them. Very good. Very well done.
Cool. Thank you for that. Pops.
I enjoyed the Mal Foley again. You know, the at the end, that was great work. Yeah, no, this was definitely it was a lot of fun watching this one. You know, the questions, the way they had the questions, and he did the going through how he got promoted, which is really cool. And I just enjoyed the the whole banter between all of them. And yeah, this is the last episode, FC.
It's the last
Is there one?
episode because Fiendish Feather, one of the creators, went to work for CIG.
Oh, well, good for him. But yeah, I wish it was going on further. But yeah, I would have enjoyed a lot more of them. But
Well, like I
yeah,
said
cool.
before, they do have many episodes, so we'll cover them. We probably won't do one by one. Probably cover them like as a playlist. But yeah, it's still. I don't want to say continue because this is the last video that they put out, but they have many episodes before this video. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Emma Kusanagi, what are your thoughts?
I mean, same as everybody else. I mean, it's a great production, especially for its time. Very well done, and they put a sense of comedy in it. So it's always nice to see stuff where kind of this is like the forefront of what the stuff we see today is. They kind of what started it all. This type of well thought out and written machinima. So it's good to see where how much they could do back then and put everything together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I just want to remind people this is from December 2017, so almost let's say 6 years ago, because that's 6 years in 1 month, but yeah, 6 years ago. So yeah, they come a long way as far as machinima, and this is it took a lot of hard work for them to put this together because they had to extract and do their own animation, not their own animation, but yeah, I believe this is in Crytek still, but they had to make their own armor and stuff like that because that's a custom armor that's not in game, obviously. But yeah,
Great work.
yep, and that is why they work for CIG now. Congrats. All right, so that's about it for this show. I do want to say on Saturday, it's the return of Soul Voices, the prodigal father returned. Definitely not my son, so I guess we'll go with that. Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC, Soul Voices. That's where you come one-on-one, talk with Griffin about what's going on in Star Citizen that week. But basically, he takes something from Spectrum, from Reddit, and from the industry in general, or maybe he just go off on it and have his own ideas. He's been out for a while, so I'm pretty sure he probably will go off on his own ideas for the first show, but we shall see. That's my guess. Nothing for sure. Yeah, that is Soul Voices, Saturday 3 p.m. That is part of PodSat, or Podcast Saturday, starting Soul Voices. And then going on to Captain Table with the actual probably 6 p.m., 11 p.m. UTC. And then Relay, and round it off at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UTC. So you have a whole Saturday full of podcasts for Star Citizen. Always a fun time. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Thank you, Alan Kusanagi, for hopping in, Face for hopping in, and Pop Face for hopping in, and, being regulars on the show week to week. Appreciate you. Everybody, thank you for being in chat and watching and participating and commenting. Made me laugh a few times, so that's always fun. And on Sunday, our show, we were talking about dynamic events. So, talking about Ninetales, Xenothreat, Xenoversion, and beyond. That'll be Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. 11 p.m. UTC. Well, I'm sorry, 2 a.m. UTC. I don't know what it's for 11 p.m. But 2 a.m. UTC. Dynamic event. It should be a fun show. If you want to become a soul bro, soul sister, soulmate, soul sister membership has its privileges. Click the join button down below on YouTube. If you want to follow us, we're Soul Citizen with an S on the end everywhere on social media. You want to support us, you can buy merchandise. You can give us a bit. You can subscribe to us, and you can buy merchandise. I said merchandise. Oh, Patreon. That's what I want to say. Patreon. So you want to support us. We appreciate it. Matter of fact, our subscriber goals should have reset, but I don't have that thing here. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, I think we're looking for 50 or 60 subscribers in the month of February, but it's a short month, so hopefully we can get there. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and follow depending on what platform you're on, and hit notifications so you know when we go live. And we are going to raid the Astro Pub. Send them my love, peace, love, and soul.